Let's try that now. That looks better. Okay. As I try to get everything in the right order here in front of me. So I'm doing a makeup stream today because I kind of was shitty at streaming on Friday. And I wanted to do... I'm trying to figure out how we... Let's see. I'm trying to figure out exactly how we go about traveling to I guess we can go back to what's hope. Okay. There are two. Tartarus. I'm gonna go to the Groundbreaker.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Greetings from the Halcyon Park.
There we go. So that's how we get it.
Standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship. With alacrity. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
The hell did they put in the thing?
They dispense 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Huh. Okay, so it's a hand. It's a hand. I don't know what that's all about, but sure. Sorry, I'm moving my microphone a little bit there. If you heard it, I apologize. So, okay. I guess.
Hawthorne, I'm getting this. Something's happening. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching.
Yeah.
There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money. Was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good.
Yeah, well, you're dead.
Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy. I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but
This is a first.
Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
We can talk about the severed arm on the table.
What? Do you want to shake its hand?
Yeah, can we talk about the arm? I want to take bets on how the guy lost it. My money's on cannibals.
That ain't really that fella's arm, right? It's gotta be a dummy. Or a toy?
Well, I'm not cleaning it up.
Cleanup service request processed. Disposal of human arm from the Unreliable's cargo hold will commence in the immediate future.
Simulating disgust. How distasteful. Humans eat there. I'm not touching it. Etc. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
He liked to show off his battle scars. I get the feeling
Yeah.
he won't be flashing this one around.
I want to know where the rest of him is.
Fourth unpaid freelancer in the system.
Only the
There are
fourth?
several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured
I love that.
accuracy,
Only the
which ranked
fourth.
at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
So hopefully everybody's doing good. I know a lot of people are probably watching football and stuff right now, but
Luck does not exist, Captain. Nevertheless, I am programmed to agree with your assessment. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching.
his job's an itch I can't stop
There's a little
scratching,
research going
motherfucker.
down up to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the...
The ones who walk away from Gorgon. Fly, fly like a motherfucker. But yeah, I had a bad stream on Friday night. I was really tired. I had taken decongestants and they just knocked me on my ass. I think that works, yeah. On Gorgon, it's always Adrena time. Made with real xenosite waste. That sounds disgusting. I don't really want to know what xenosite waste is. But it makes me think it's alien poop. But it was not a great day today either. My Dolphins lost. They tried, but they lost. And I watched Dallas come back from what should have been an untimely demise with 3 turnovers in the first quarter and getting spotted 20 points at the end of the first quarter and somehow ended up winning 40-39. And if they don't fire Dan Quinn after that, I don't know what needs to happen at that point.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
What's over here?
Oh no, we should check to see he's all right.
Just happened.
In there, little guy.
What did he do? Did he fall over the edge?
This unit cannot bring you any drinks in its current state.
Crap. Alright, so we're gonna be going up this path, it looks like. I was kind of looking at that door over there, though. What's that all about?
Weary. Are you upside down?
Armor parts. Groundskeeper journal. Daily routine. Sweet tranquility garden for Miss Olivia. Oil the fish for Mr. Harvey. Repeat. Kitchen keycard. Pickaxe, armor parts, barred door. Okay, let's go.
This unit can't help itself.
Oh, I'm not going to be concerned, brother. I am not too worried. So yes, this is the Perils of Gorgon. So, just so you know, like, I had to...
Watching me.
They're on tracks. That's funny, they're not even real.
Could be all manner of surprises in there.
I did not... Oh, what is that? Way over there. That's interesting. We should have a map, right? Okay. Just so you know, this is I had not started it, but so if you want to play it, you do have to be you can't have gotten to the end game. You know that you have a point in this game where it's the point of no return, and it'll ask you if you want to save before you move forward. Make sure you save there. It's important. But it'll allow you. That's the save I went back to, was my point of no return save. So it gives you an option to, you know, recover, and because you have to have a game that's before that, and then you have to be, I believe, at a specific port. Like I was at what's the crazy scientist guy? I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Anyways, I was at his place. You can't be there. Let's see. So I am gonna go. We have a point to assign. Apply it, and Pavardi as well. Give her some fine aim damage. There we go. Okay, so I think I am at level 30 already. Yes, see? I'm at level 30. And you have to be, they recommend level 25. I don't even know if it'll unlock unless you get to 25. So, just so you know. What are those things over there? Like purifier tanks, probably? Yeah, so the fish are all fake. They're just, there's not even a water in here. They're just on a track. Kind of weird. So yeah, you have to have a game the save that's before the end game content, and it can, and you have to be about level 25ish or so to get into the DLC content. And then you saw once you and you can't be at Phineas. That's the guy's name. You can't be at Phineas's port place. I don't think. I think that's a problem if you're there. Okay, I can't bust these things. All right. Hey, I don't know. There might be stuff over here. And then there may not be. Okay. Wow.
I take it back. Ain't nothing here but memories.
It's so empty. Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right.
There are a lot of automatons here. Spacer Moon statue, it looks like. Wilhelmina Ambrose.
For a drink, miss whoever you are. So who the devil are you? You don't
Well,
say.
you don't say.
Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence.
Okay.
I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass.
Okay,
For
got some
Gorgon.
aged whiskey.
To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star.
I'm Wilhelmina
I'm
Ambrose.
Wilhelmina Ambrose. But you can keep it short and call me Minnie. Now, what brings you to my house, gorgeous? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
I'm here about a severed arm.
Severed arm. How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop?
Well, it came with a message.
Really? Huh. Now this severed limb, did it have dark hair? Rugged knuckles? Chewed fingernails? A gunslinger's calluses? Aha! Mystery solved. I can only think of one man daring enough to jettison his extremities on my behalf. Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical.
Always staring into
staring
space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles. Jesus Christ.
What if something happened to him? Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
Wow, way to have some sympathy there.
Thank you. But the people in my orbit come and go all the time. Occupational hazard.
Wow.
What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback.
Okay.
That's called a defense mechanism. I don't get attached to others if I can avoid it. Try it sometime.
Wow.
How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
Jesus.
You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about.
You're awful quick to trust a bunch of strangers that broke into your home.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
Wow.
I like my employees well-groomed. Appearances are everything in high society. The man lost an arm. What are the odds of that happening twice?
What are the odds of happening twice that somebody's gonna lose an
My
arm?
own family's involvement with it has been fraught. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field.
Until tragedy struck, of course. Go on. I'm not surprised. Spacer Choice is one big accident waiting to
I
happen.
wish I could say otherwise. One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It
Okay.
was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected,
But yeah, today was it was not a good day in the sports world for me. The Miami Dolphins, they put up a good fight against Buffalo, a tough Buffalo team, but it was not to be. And then we have Manchester City playing for the first time this season tomorrow against, I believe, Aston Villa. They got a delayed start to the season because they were in European competition.
whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault.
I simply need the evidence to prove it.
We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office.
I wonder if you do the end game after this, if any of this will factor in. First, I have some questions about the job. If it helps you get some closure, I'll find the journal.
I admire your enthusiasm. This man
Matters echoed with my ennui.
and I can feel you breathing new life into the walls. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
What can I expect to
I've never
face?
understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem drawn to sorrow and misfortune. Then there's the test subjects, those who survived anyway. Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage. I told him everything I've told you. Just the facts.
Maybe a couple harmless embellishments.
Why? Still, you're smart to ask. Lucky spent most of our time together spinning a pistol around his index finger. Not sure he listened to any of my advice.
More bravado than talent, huh?
He had an aura of rugged individualism that was quite charming. Not that it helped him in the end. But you won't let me down, will you, Captain? There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad.
The Sprat Shack.
Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would be the
Okay.
place to start.
Seems like the smartest thing to do is check it out.
Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
You'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
Finally, I get to put my inheritance to work. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
Let's see.
Spacer's Choice should be the one apologizing, but thank you. Sincerely. A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one.
That include you?
Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
Salvage rights and a paycheck? This is almost too good to be true.
All right. After a little bit of droning on, we can finally get to what matters. Okay, what's over here? That's a dead end. How about this one? Barred. I do have the kitchen key cards, so. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still kind of zony here and there, but it's alright. We'll get past it. I got up early this morning. Oh shit, knocked my earbud out. I need to be able to hear my alerts so I know when people come in and chat. Okay. Time to get refreshed, sit up. The only thing about playing in the bedroom is I have a bed obviously in here and I start to slouch in it. Log in the system, final attempt failed, locking terminal for 5 days. Interesting. Before I go in there, I'm just looking to see what we got, if there's anything else of interest or value in here before I go walking.
Oh my law, this is just like that episode of Virginia Yang, Girl Detective, where the old fella dies and his nurse inherits his house.
See. Logs. Perhaps it's a strange distinction to call her healthy after all I've endured to finally meet her. Call her Wilhelmina after my late brother Wilhelm. I hope the law is kinder to her than it was to him. She's smart and shrewd, that she be strong. Relentless, undeniable, most of all, I hope for her a steel spine, that she does not bend when Halcyon would break her. The must find Minnie a wet nurse. She demands to be fed throughout the day and night, and I surely cannot get a simple thing done. Nurse will need to be exceptional, smart, educated means. Matter of governess. I can't watch the Kyle constantly. Not if I'm to do my work. I don't understand how anyone of ambition has time to keep a journal. I certainly don't, yet here I am indulging myself. Minnie's influence, no doubt. Her behavior concerns me. She's clingy, emotional. 5, she would starting to show some personality. Not crying for her mother when I leave for another stint on Gorgon. This must be the fault of Marie, her governess, as Minnie certainly didn't learn this behavior from me. I'll have to fire that woman. It's clear she's not capable of instilling in Millie a correct understanding of how to behave. Harvey despairs of ever finding a governess who meets my preposterous standards. He and I went in circles on the issue for hours. Why shouldn't I want? Maybe I fire him too. Wow, yeah, I'm gonna fire my husband. At 13, she should have already mastered basic chemistry, physics, and mathematics, but she can barely handle long division. She struggles to remember the simplest equations and formulas, no matter how many times her governess wraps her knuckles. Wow! By the time I was her age, I'd already made dynamite in my grandfather's laboratory. The only thing Minnie's making explode is my head. Her father asked why we can't still send her to boarding school, but I abhor the thought of her surrounded by those coddled idiots. More alarming, she's beginning to show an interest in romance serials and painting. She may have a strong grasp of color theory, and she shows some promise with watercolors, but surely that's a result of her education in spectroscopy and not any innate skill. Well, Villiers has art anyways. She gave me a truly dreadful painting of Francis this morning. I haven't a clue what to do with it. Perhaps I'll stuff it in my desk. We'll have a good laugh over it when she's grown and finally come to her senses. Lucien appeared at the manor this morning. I thought him here for me to finally wring my neck after our latest tiff, but no, it was much worse than that. He came to speak to Minnie. No need to guess why. She's taken it upon herself to manage the household these last few years. Since neither her father nor I have time or the inclination, under her watch, the staff's productivity has increased 35% while reducing our costs an astonishing 67%. We've saved tens of thousands of bits. Harvey tipped Lucien off. I expect now he wants to bring her on to manage the Gorgon facilities, which I refused over Minnie's vociferous protestations. She cried after he left. I only wished I could tell her why. Welcome, Wilhelmina. The search continues. I take from these entries that Mother was severe with her editorial pen. This is but one version of her carefully curated and not the one I wanted to find. Where is her unvarnished stream of consciousness? Where is her spontaneous brilliance? The search continues. My efforts will inevitably steer me to Gorgon. What then, Minnie? What then? I don't have enough to unlock that. But at least we got in here. It's something. Okay. To Gorgon we will be going. Oh. Ooh. Yep. Once again, not what I wanted for the start of this stream, to feel loopy. Problem is I can't not take my decongestants right now because Oops, not what I wanted to do either. Okay, so we're gonna fly to Gorgon, I guess. I'm gonna try to pep myself up with a little cola. Now, I don't know if anybody out there has played this game or not. I remember when it came out, it was end of last year, I think. And I played it on and off for a couple months. It's not an well, it depends on how in depth you want to get. It's not like it's I mean, if you just mainline it, you obviously won't finish with max level. But it's very reminiscent of what they did with Fallout New Vegas. Obsidian is the developer of it. And it's very reminiscent of those. So, but yeah, like I said, I felt bad on Friday. I didn't really stream all that much just because I was exhausted from my decongestants. And I'm still... had to take those this afternoon. You can see I'm still kind of a little zoning out here and there, so I'm trying to drink some soda to pep myself up. But I didn't want to do it this morning because I was watching some of the early games that I actually was concerned with. The afternoon games, you know, I want to watch tonight's game, the Patriots, because I'm kind of interested in what's going to happen with them this season. You know, no Tom Brady and having their new coach.
Welcome back, Captain.
It's interesting.
How can I be of assistance?
Let's see.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes.
Unlimited minutes.
Perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on A Lost Hope? When I simulate myself in such a scenario,
But
I do not find it to be desirable.
yeah, it's
My self-preservation protocols include
it's not going to be a good season for the Dolphins. I mean, right now I think the idea for them is to just kind of let Tua learn on the sideline.
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns.
Ain't as great.
I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance?
Alright,
Goodbye.
let's go. We're gonna travel to Gorgon. Okay, the Gorgon landing pad. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna take the same people with me. There's no point to change right now. So the asteroid is the manor and Gorgon is the asteroid. Well, then maybe they're both asteroids. I don't know. I like but the presentation of this game is really good. I just think that it did not kick up a bunch of. I mean, hell, I don't even know if anyone was super excited for the DLC. I mean, they put the season pass out and they said they've got 2 or 3 packs coming. So it was on sale, and I thought, well, I didn't pay for the game because it's part of Game Pass. The DLC, I believe, is not. So I went ahead and bought the season pass. I figure, you know, it's a good way to contribute to the developers of the game. And I enjoyed the game. I had a lot of time into the game. So, I mean, if you look, we can save it here. I mean, that's 29 hours, almost 30 hours. That would have been that was the save from my, you know. So my time's going to be a little off with that save because it's going to be like, you know. Oh, no, I guess it is adding it. No, it's not. So... I guess it is adding some time to this one. Huh. Interesting. Well...
Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
So my guess is that's the manor that orbits around the asteroid. Okay. Was that a Sprat that was running around here? Huh. Oof, what is that? Looks like a shield. Guess we're going up here to the Sprat Shack, where they said to go first. That's right, killed that Sprat. Made sure it was real dead. Not just sorta dead, but real dead. But, just out of curiosity. Okay, we're going in here to meet our contact. Or no, we're going to look at Lucky Montoya's hotel room.
Come here. Let's have a chat. All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now. Good. Look up. Now look down. You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation. Good enough for me. You're cleared to pass. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place.
Okay.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs. Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better.
Let's see. We have some people change. First they get twitchy, paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. They smell like they soiled themselves on account of how they soiled themselves. Okay.
After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself.
It's never pretty. What exactly
This
am
is
I?
the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet on the way downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way.
When people
That's why we have
change,
rule
they
number
stay
3.
outside where they
When
belong.
people change, they stay outside where they belong.
Let me ask you
Just
something
don't
else.
ask me to dance. Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele.
That's us.
Well, I hope you look the other way just this once.
We get a lot of brand loyal corporate types and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt. This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunder the old labs.
Ah.
The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape, so progress is slow. A lot of time to drink and reevaluate, then venture out and try again.
Okay.
Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals.
Oh, I gotta stretch my leg.
Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at my leg. Just trying to make sure it's not swollen. It's the
Hey,
last
cool.
thing I need. Okay, that doesn't do anything. That would be stealing, wouldn't it? Guess I should probably try to avoid stealing. At least at first.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
Since I had a good trip at Kale. Hope they've got it on tap.
Stupid sprats.
Are you an agent on the ground?
Sorry?
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain piece of merchandise. They're supposed to use a secret code phrase.
Can't help you. I'm just here to drink.
That's the code phrase. It is you.
Quiet down. You're making a scene.
This rock ain't much to look at, but it's our rock.
We're all friends here, even when we ain't.
This is a family business. Chin up, look sharp.
I'll stay out of your way, Madam Vice President.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Let's see.
Bottoms up. It's not every day that Sublight's vice president strolls in through the front door. You here on business? We don't get a lot of you VIP types around here. Let me know if you need anything special. I assume you're here for salvage. Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while. Lucky. Sure, I knew him. He could
They're
get a
dramatic
little
at times.
Dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
Creative
That's where the
incubation.
top runners at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans and marketing. Like he never told me why it was so important. Awful shame about what happened to him. You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off. Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
How'd you know?
Attention to detail is my middle name.
Okay.
Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp. No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this.
That's funny.
Confluence of events.
I found this arm, and since it's had a thing to deliver, I said, sure, I'll box it up and send it.
Smack dab in the middle. I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business. Third floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
Ew.
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock.
Okay.
They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day. Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar opened up. I trust him well enough.
Okay, Roscoe.
There's always Leonora. My favorite customer over in the storage room on the second floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
What's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist.
Okay.
He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out.
I guess no one's coming to get him.
No one's coming to get him. Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how it feels to get left behind. He'll be all right. He's with the family now, and we take care of our own. Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone.
Okay.
She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone, if you're open to a side gig. Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
That Lucky was no good for her.
What are friends for, eh? I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrena time still hit the market. Me, I never touch the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Salvagers
Damn right
must
we
be
are.
making a fortune.
We've got drugs, scrap metal, prototype weapons, drugs, money,
And more drugs.
When Spacer's Choice evacuated, everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs. Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old facility. Until someone figures a way to crack it open, we're just sifting through dirt. You got it, bub.
Hey.
Don't forget to close your tab when you're done.
All right. Borst pockets, retro rockets, work gear. Okay. Cat's Eye ballistics. Okay. Let's go upstairs first.
You think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like maybe not.
The repurposed aesthetic reminds me.
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could... Nah, who am I kidding?
Whoops. Third floor. Requires a code to unlock. $48.15. Ought to be in the synthesis and manufacturing center, sealed and at the ass end of the canyon. Good news, I should be able to open it from the bigwigs admin terminal in OCI. Crawling with marauders. I've got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing. Tells me there's more to this place than a missing journal. Time to turn over a few rocks to see what crawls out. Leaving the OCI key in the safe. Combo is $48.15. Preserved eye.
Think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
I really hope this ain't a sign of things to come.
Okay, terminal's got nothing. Too worried about the booze. Okay.
Someone's in here. Oh, lol. It's coming back up again.
Funny.
What have you got there?
Adrenatime, I think. I found some in an old busted crate.
You're just gonna take some drug you found in the garbage?
It's not some drug.
Jerome would have loved this place. You don't look like
Ah,
salvagers.
Lenora
You
Diallo.
seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here and whose journey is far from over.
What makes you say that?
The scavengers around here, they're faking it. You're the real deal.
Hell yeah, I
I don't know if you're bound for
am.
the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course the marauders would eat me alive.
Okay.
Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress. Well put. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Okay.
Nowhere good, that's for sure. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave.
Round one, I
Jerome
lost.
won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again. A broken heart, that's what. This place is greedy. It took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too.
His old hip
I just
flask.
want one
Wow,
thing
that's
back.
a weird
His old
request.
hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here. No point in denying it. He died on this rock, likely torn apart by marauders, unless he took care of himself on his own terms. I don't like to imagine what happened, but I know I have to accept it.
Wow. Okay. I can keep an eye out for the
do that for
flask.
me? Law, and I'll bet you're worth 10 of those sublight sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side
Oh,
effects?
excuse me.
Who wouldn't salivate at the thought? I don't know what went wrong, but when the shit hit the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path, including me. That old flirt? Yeah, I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe.
Oops.
I didn't think anyone could be lonely.
Put my camera down a little bit. I can see that it was. See what I mean? I start to slip while I'm in the bed.
He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was talking himself up. He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room. But I
That
declined
sounds disgusting.
politely.
Was he depressed?
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way. Sure thing. My condolences if you two are close.
No. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go and take a quick break. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Hope my camera's in the right spot. It fell off of my makeshift shelving here. I'm going to put my microphone back where it belongs. And let's continue where we left off. So yes, this would be stealing. What the heck is that? Oh, earrings. Alright, well, I'm not going to be that guy.
I thought we'd have some fun in the ruins. Salvaging, like old times.
I don't know, Carol. Salvage is a young man's game.
As soon as they sober up, I'm heading back to the ruins.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Oh, fine.
Well, I tried beating the shit out of that.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit.
Break it up, you.
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
Oh.
A disagreement between professionals. None of your business.
I risked my life sneaking around marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough! This is a family establishment! You want to make a mess? You make it outside!
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune. Hey, didn't I warn you about sticking your nose where it doesn't belong?
It's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been at this, and we still can't agree on how to properly tag salvage. Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Here, here. Boys are for drinking. The poor decisions that result are better left outside.
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
Well, something tells
no
me.
good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats. Would you do me a favor and weigh in as a third party? I can use an unbiased set of eyes on the problem, and an outsider like you fits the bill. Aye, aye, ma'am. Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation. Oh, very formal. Freddy the Scab, freelancer for sublight salvage and shipping. Same as my father before me.
Okay.
Junkyard Trixie, also a salvage freelancer, though I've been at it longer than Freddy.
May I first say what an honor it is to stand in your company. Your exploits with Miss Hagen are the stuff of legend. Shit! I mean, whoops, can I start over? So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people. I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
I don't know about legal, but it's legit by sublight standards. Assuming anyone was around to hear it, which we can't know for sure.
Someone must have heard me. They just ain't brave enough to step forward and admit it.
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day, so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me. Sorry, I won't speak out of turn again.
Anyway, that's my story, ma'am. I drew next in the dirt, with my toe. Wouldn't surprise me in the least, but that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility. You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
She can't do that. Lex, can she do that?
I'm afraid so, Trixie. If you don't like it, you can become a vice president yourself and do as you like. Congratulations. Here's a 6-pack on the house, your adjudication fee, and your finder's fee for the salvage.
That's one way to do it. I'll just take the salvage for myself.
I'll write to Lilia Hagen in the corporate office on Groundbreaker. She'll get some haulers to drag it away. It'll take a while. Nothing happens fast around these parts. But at least the salvage would get a good home. A little too often if you ask me, but that's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over. Come and chat if you're ever feeling thirsty.
That's my captain.
Smoothed? Freddy's a blathering idiot, but he's my blathering idiot.
Okay.
Who do you work for? Auntie Pete? Mary the Sprat? Artak Harry?
I need to go back to the second floor. That could be a jerk.
No one's coming. Maybe this isn't it yet.
Buy you another round?
I really...
What was her name again? Ambrose. Turtle milk with the glare of that woman.
We're all friends here. Watch your step. Von Hoffman sees everything.
This is a family business. Chin up. Look sharp.
Fab Freddy. Bar patrons.
What's the story with this place anyhow? Used to be a shipping warehouse. Supplies came in.
Let's talk to this fool.
Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal, but you're welcome here.
Oh,
you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook. Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death shit.
Real life and death shit.
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
Dr. Wells ain't that old, Captain.
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5 lobby-fucked years, but I can't stay gone. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
Ah.
Right on the money. Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun. But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help me get my recordings back so I can finally get the hell out of here. Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started interviewing. Couldn't even keep them in my safe. They always found a way in. So I took to hiding them all over the fucking asteroid. Thought I was so clever. What a fool I was. Oh, Georgie? Yeah, she helped me with interviews. A real whiz with the portable recorder tech, too.
Huh.
When things got crazy, I shoved her onto the last ship off Gorgon. With any luck, she's safe and comfortable in Byzantium. She tried every which way to stay, but it was my contract keeping us here, not hers. Didn't seem fair she'd have to suffer just because I made a bad deal.
Ever think she took the things?
No shit. That's downright civilized of you. All right. One of them I stashed in the Office of Creative Incubation, in the projector room on the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance. You'll find another in the chem lab.
Chem lab.
It's in the main lab storage room. Didn't have much of a choice. The primals had gotten loose, couple of them were chasing me. The recordings just ended up wherever I hid. The final one is in human inquiry and auditing.
Human inquiry and auditing.
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly unobservant. Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
Alright. Let's get out of here, shall we? Alright, so what's our quest log look like right now? I'm going to assume... Let's see... Sightings debunked by scientists. Hope still lost. Yeah, they didn't want Hope to be found because then they wouldn't have enough for the food for the separatists, or the not the separatists, but the people that were already in the solar system.
Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work.
Okay.
Put you to rest, good and proper.
Whatever's out here, it better be worth carrying around a man's eyeball.
Alright, let's get to it.
Keep an eye out, Captain. This place don't look entirely safe.
You think? They got exploded. Okay. Take that. I don't need the other thing. Okay. Machine mining helmet. Nothing. Well, the maintenance shack is above us. So it makes me wonder if the maintenance shack is over here. Certainly seems like it, doesn't it? Oh, it don't look good. Workbench. Weapon parts. Heavy ammo, heavy ammo. Plasma launcher 2.0, plasma cutter.
Ugh. We shipping some sulfur? It'll be like I'm back home.
Oh shit, we all died. Holy shit. Okay, these guys are a little tougher than I thought. Shit, I was hitting that guy with a shotgun. It wasn't doing a damn thing. No wonder I have so much ammo for that thing. It's fucking useless. Damn. Yeah, that was tough. Oh, shit. Well, that's a lot that we just have to go through and do again. I am not going to go through that right now again. I think we'll end it here for the day because I'm going to make some dinner here in a little bit. I got pizza and I want to get ready for the evening game tonight. And it's still trying to spend time with the wife on Sunday, so I don't want to stream too much. So we'll be back tomorrow night. I think we're going to do Rocket League tomorrow night. And then we're debating what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. It's probably not Payday because it was just too buggy. Too many of us were either losing out on experience or, one thing or another. There was some talk about doing Elder Scrolls. If that's the case, I got to do some maintenance work in here because that's 100 gigs. So we'll see what we can do, with that. It's just going to be a matter of deciding where we go with it. I'm going to get on my warm-up screen here. So, yeah, it's just going to be a matter of, I just got to change my background because I just realized I still have my mixer stuff right there, which probably is no longer necessary, so. Yeah. I'm liking the new DLC. I wish I wasn't so, wow, did I just exit and then restart the game again? That was pretty impressive. So, okay, well, like I said, until next time, I think I'm gonna give it a pass. Like I said, tomorrow night will probably be Rocket League, because I think the new season will be live, too. So that'll be a good thing. We can get the new season going and make that happen. So let's see. Looks like we got some people lurking around. So let's see if we can find somebody we can raid real quick. Dragons in the dining room. I guess that's what we could do. So let's go to Dragons in the dining room. So let's make our raid happen here. I don't know why it shows me with. Let's see. So raid Dragons in the dining room. So, till next time. Bye.